Hey everybody, welcome back to Spiritual Journey with Donna. All right, now we are still doing our spirit communications series, and this is a pretty safe way to do spiritual communication. You're not speaking with them like they're not coming to you and you're hearing them. They're doing it through divining rods or dowsing or divining rods. Dowsing rods don't just find wells anymore and water. They're good for spirit communication. These are copper, which to me copper is always a good metal to use for spirit communication. They don't hold energies. They don't. Copper doesn't keep in the energies, so it releases it. So when you're using this, you can talk to your spirit guides much like a pendulum, but you can also talk to outside spirits with it too. The first thing you're going to want to do is with your spirit, and I'm only going to talk to my spirit guide just to show you how things are, because I don't want to draw in any outside spirits. So first you're going to want to find out what that yes is for the spirit guide. So spirit guide, show me my yes. Okay, so we've got the yes is crossing. Spirit guide, show me the no. Show me the no, my spirit guide. Okay, so it is going outward that way to me. Yeah, it's one of those things that's not as quick as a pendulum, but it is accurate. Is it as quick as a pendulum, spirit guide? I guess it is. He says yes, that it is, or she. But I've found out before, I've got 15 spirit guides at least. But this is the way that you'll want to do stuff. You can also find different items, like say, where is my cell phone? And then it points the direction, and they're right, because I left my cell phone way over there because I didn't want any little bing or something like that happening while I was doing a segment. Okay, and with these, and you're talking to spirits, if you think that you have a spirit in your home that you want to get rid of, this is really the most accurate way to speak to them. Find out what they want. Ask them what they're here. Are they looking for the light? And different things like that. It helps to know, and then you can help show them, to the light. If you have on your property, if you feel like your property is haunted, you can also find out what those spirits want or what those spirits need by using the dowsing rods with that. Always be respectful. You don't want to bring any darkness. Now, another thing is, ask it a question that you know the answer to, and if it is not the right answer, then that's not a good spirit. You just want to move on and leave it alone. But if it's an accurate answer, then you know that they are a good spirit. They're not a trickster. They just need help, and they want to they just need a little bit of help in their realm, because they're trapped in our realm and need to get back to theirs. So you can go through, ask them if they see the light. They might not be talking to you at all, but just go through the thing with them. Look for the light. Look for the light. Step inside the light. The ones that you love are there waiting for you. Because a lot of people are trapped here that don't know that they have died. And then there are some that come back for good reasons. And I'll tell you a story about my grandmother. She was a young lady. I guess she was probably about in her 20s. and her uncle had passed away. And I don't know if you watched it, but like 2 segments ago when we were doing the spirit altar, I put the deed for the cemetery plot. Well, nobody knew that cemetery plot for the family plot even existed, but they had buried him in another cemetery, in another plot. Well, he came to my grandmother. She heard his cane. I heard this story my whole life because it terrified her, really. And you know, she was one that could see spirits but did not want to see spirits, so she eventually pushed it out of her head. But he came to her. She heard his cane walking down the hall. He came into her room, long white beard, and told her that he had purchased a family plot, that he wanted to be buried in that family plot, not where they had just buried him. She was terrified, put the covers up, you know, over her head, crying. He went away, but they did discover that that was true, so they had his body exhumed and reburied in the family plot. She never saw him after that, but it could be because he knew that she would be too scared. But he wanted them to know this, so he was able to come through and speak to them. And I know a lot of people have probably had those types of experiences too. You know, there is a spirit world out there. Once they move on, they've moved on to a place that we could probably not even imagine the beauty of, and the pressure that will leave us once, you know, just the stress is gone, everything's gone. They're in a good place. So don't purposely try to bring them back just for fun and games. You know, this is the whole thing. You want to make sure that there is a good purpose for them and be grateful for them at the same time. And that is it for dowsing and divining rods. Thanks so much for watching my channel, Spiritual Journey with Donna. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something, gotten something from it. And make sure that you like, subscribe, and that way it keeps us knowing that we're doing something right for you. Thanks so much.